Hi guys, welcome to part 3 in how to solve a cube blindfolded. So in this episode I teach you how to solve the edges blindfolded using a method called M2. Firstly, I'll just tell you the which stickers are which letters. It's basically like the same thing for the corners, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and so on, going in a clockwise direction. So you start at the top. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X. So yeah, it's pretty similar to the corners. So now I'll just tell you how I memorize it, and then I'll do an example solve with the execution. So like the corners, you do letter pairs, but instead of making sentences like I did with the corners, you just make sounds. So say it's L and M. That sound I would make is like lamb, limb, something like that. What I basically do is, let's get a different marker. So if it's two consonants like B and H, then I'll just add a vowel in between it. So B, H, I'd probably go with A to say ba. If it's a vowel and a consonant, that's also pretty easy. Say like A and D would be ad, D and A would be da. But something for X, because X is kind of hard. If you get X at the start of a word, it's kind of hard to make a word out of it. Like X and J, it's kind of hard. You'd have to say like xj or something. So I make the X an SH sound. So if it was XJ, it'd be something like shaj. Something like that. If it's two vowels, like A and say O, then I've kind of made up a system that for every combination of vowels. So for A and O, I make ow. It can get mixed up with O and W, but I think of it as like an ow long. Stuff like that. E and A is just E. Yeah, so you can make up whatever you want for two vowels. So the execution for M2 for edges is quite different. So again, you have a buffer piece on the corners. Old Pokemon for corners, the buffer piece was this piece, and then the target piece was this piece, this sticker and this sticker. So the target is this sticker, and the buffer piece is this sticker. So if you forgot what a target and a buffer is, what the target is you do a setup move to get. I'll just do a setup move real quick. Okay, so here is the buffer piece. It's the blue and orange piece. So blue and orange goes here. So you do a setup move to the target piece. So this is where blue and orange needs to go. And then you do an algorithm. The algorithm here is very simple, unlike the corners, which it's a type of Y perm. So the algorithm for this is just M2, and then you undo the setup move. The next one I memorized was to be this piece. So I'll just do that to solve it. So yeah, so the target is here. So you have to try to get the spot where you're trying to switch the buffer piece to the target piece. So you have to try to get the spot there, and then do M2, and then undo the setup move. It's really similar to corners. If you don't understand what I mean by that, when I do my example solve, then you'll probably get it. So I'm just going to do a scramble real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, now that we have our cue ball scrambled, I'm just going to do an example for memorization. So first off, we look at the buffer piece, which is here. And if you memorized each sticker, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like that, then you know that this sticker, so what you have to look at is first the bottom sticker and this sticker. So we can see that the bottom sticker is blue, so this is the blue face. And then this sticker is orange. This is the orange face. So which edge connects blue and orange? It has to be this piece right here. So then the bottom piece is blue. So that means we have to know the letter for this one since it's on the blue face. So this letter is R. So far it's R. And then R will go to J. So I'm gonna write this in letter pairs, so in pairs. So and then J will go to C. C will go to Q. U will go to T. T will go to L. L will go to G. G will go to O. And O will go to W. Now that we're at W, we can see that this piece at W, we've hit an end because this piece is actually where the buffer piece is meant to go. See how it's green and yellow, and this is green and yellow. So that's all we have to memorize for now. But while I memorize, what I do is I put one finger on each position as we memorize. So this one's R, so we put a finger on the R piece, R, and then J, and then C, and then Q, and then T, and then L. It gets kind of weird at first, and then G, and then O. And then now we have to see if there's anything else that we don't have our finger on that's not solved. So I can see that these two aren't solved. These two won't be solved. So basically, when the pieces you're putting your finger on, you already know how to solve that piece. So once we get to the buffer piece back to its position, then we have to start a new cycle. So we can start a new cycle. I'll just put a dash here to indicate that the buffer piece has gone to its position. And then we can just choose one of these two, because these two basically need a switch. So I'll choose B. So WB. And then B needs to go to D. And D needs to go to M. So when we start a new cycle, when we choose one of these two that need a switch, we don't put our finger on it yet because it's not solved. We're just taking this, putting it back to here, and then we have to put this back to here and then put this one to here. It's kind of a complicated process. So I've got my finger on every position so far except these two. So then I memorized, so I chose B. You can go with D or E or M, whatever you want. So B, and then B goes to D. So now I can put my finger on D, and then D goes to M. Now I can see that I'm touching every edge that is currently scrambled. Alright, so now that we have all of our letter pairs, we have to memorize, we have to try to come up with words for these. Again, you don't have to come up with a sentence, just random words. So R and J, I'll just say Raj. C and Q, Kakwa. T and L, Till. Go, that's pretty easy. Probably Web for W and B. And D and M is damn. So just try to memorize this. Raj, Kakwa, Till, Go, Web, damn. So first is R. So to get this piece to here, you can't move the front layer to get this piece to here. So how I do it is, I rotate this across. If the piece I need to get to the target piece, so is on the outside layer. So if it's any of these stickers or these stickers, this is what I do. So I just move this above where it needs to go, and then I just move this up and then move this back. Again, I'll have all the setup moves for every sticker, every letter in the description. So this one would be U prime, R prime, U. If it's here, you can't just move it above, because if you're gonna turn it this way, then it'll push it over here. So how I would do if it's one of these two is first move it down, then move it across, and then move it back up, and then move it back across to here, like that. So first is R. So you move R to this position, and then you do M2, which is our algorithm for the corners. It was the Y perm. And then you undo the setup move like that. And as you can see, that is in the right spot. But since the M2 is off a slice, see how now our orientation changed? It used to be white and green, but now it's yellow and blue since we did the M2. Now we have to do another letter to get it back to like this. So the next letter is J. So again, J is on this row, so we can just move the target piece above J, move J up, and then move it back here, do M2, and then undo the setup move. Okay, now it's C. For any of the letters that is on the middle slice, so this one, this one, this one, obviously not this one because this one's the buffer piece. There's special algorithms that you need to know to get to solve it. So we can't get this to here just by moving R and U. Well, we can do U2, but it wouldn't work. So the algorithm for this is U2M, U2M. So that's just the algorithm for C. For Q, it's since Q is right here, it's on the middle slice again. It's another algorithm. So it's I'll leave again. It'll be in the description. So it's this algorithm. All right. So now it's T. So T is also on this layer, and because T's right here, so we just move the target piece above T, and then we move T up, and we move the target piece back, and then we do our M2, and then we undo that setup move. Okay, now L. L again is right here, so same thing, move the target piece above where L is, move L up there, and then move it back. M2 and undo. Okay, now it's G. Since G isn't on any of the outer layers, G is right here. This one's a bit different. To do this one is, so you move the back layer, and then you move G like right here. So you move the back layer, then you move G where the back layer was turned, like that, and then here's G, and then you move it back up. M2, and undo that. Okay, now it's O. Same thing, O's right here, so we just move the back layer the other way, move O here, and then O up here. Okay, now it's W. W again is opposite of it. I mean, is on the middle layer. So we'll just do a special algorithm. And then B's right here. So I showed you that trick before. If B's on the top, then you have to first move it down before moving the target piece above where B is. Move B up and then move it back here, M2, and undo that. Now D is just the exact opposite of B. And then M, which is right here, M, you have to move the back layer to move this here, then move it up here, which should have solved it. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's I reckon in the middle layer, you know how there's special algorithms. The hardest algorithms are I and S. So those are the only two that will take time to learn, but it's pretty easy. It shouldn't be too hard. But say one of the letter pairs we had was like R and C. So first we can do R. So that's the R move, and then C. If any of the except Q and A. Oh, I forgot to tell you A. A's a really easy one. I'll show you that real quick. Come on. So A, if one of your memorizations is A, all you have to do is do an M2. So that's probably the easiest one. Okay, so back to this one, R and C. So after you do your R move, to get to do C, so there's opposites. So C is pretty much the opposite algorithm of W. I is the opposite of S. So if one of the all of these, by the way, are on the middle slice. C is here, I is here, S is here, and W is here. So if C is the second letter in your letter pair, if it's the second letter, then you have to do the opposite of C. So the opposite of C is W. So you do the algorithm for W. Same here. If it was, say, R-I, then since I is the second letter in this pair, you do the R, and since I is in the middle layer, and it's the second one, you do the opposite of I, which is S, so you do the S algorithm. And vice versa. If S is the second letter, you do the I algorithm. If W is the second letter, you do the C. And I'm sure you know it doesn't have to be R. It can be anything. Even if it's CW, if it's CW, then you just do C twice, since first it's C, and then since C is opposite W, then you just do C. So I like when that happens because you just have to do the exact same algorithm twice. I think that about wraps it up for this video. Can't remember if I'm missing out on anything. But in the next video, I'll teach you about parity, which explains why we do letter pairs. Because if you do a pair, say A, N, F, L, G, P, and then if you just have a Q at the end, if you just have one without a letter pair, then that means you have parity. So I'll teach you parity in the next video, as well as cleaning up anything that might be a misunderstanding. Again, if you have any questions, please leave it down in the comment section, because I know I might be a bit fast. I'm not that good at explaining stuff. Yeah, so that about wraps it up for this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.